If BuzzFeed quizzes can prove anything ever, it's that people really enjoy comparing themselves to characters. But the show Community poses much more of a challenge when it comes to that, since most people share traits with almost all of the Community characters. Unlike a show like The Office, where many would likely deem themselves Jim or Pam, anyone could probably relate to any of these characters. Except, of course, Starburns, who no one will ever be as cool as. To phrase it in the style of a bad BuzzFeed quiz, everyone's a mix of the Community characters. Which ones are you? If you watched my other video on Community, you'll know that I love coining terms to make myself seem smart. So I like to call this distributed relatability. Of course, it's only one of the many ways of tackling relatability. In fact, in the past, I've applauded TV shows for their use of the everyman trope, which essentially is a trope where a character is bland enough for them to be relatable to everyone watching. Think Jim from The Office. And I'm certainly not retracting that, but Community views relatability in a completely different light, perhaps a better one. Community takes a ton of relatable traits, often clashing ones, and redistributes them amongst their characters. It results in, among many things, leveling the playing field of characters' importance. For example, if Annie from Community was to just disappear from the show, we would not only be losing a character we liked, but some relatability. On the other hand, if The Office's Stanley just disappeared, we'd be losing a character we liked and some punchlines, but no relatability. The opposite is also true. Losing both Jeff from Community and Jim from The Office would be sad, but the difference is that without Jim, our anchor of sanity in The Office, the show would be chaos. Without Jeff, Community would just be kinda worse. If you ask Google who the main character of Community is, the ordering that I'm likely reading too far into seems to say that Jeff is the main character of the main characters. He's a middle-aged man who often covers up emotion with humor and his distance from his dad. And no, we are not going to discuss that perfectly describes a different popular sitcom character. Anyway, Jeff isn't a Jim. He's egotistical.
I don't have an ego. My Facebook photo is a landscape.
Manipulative, emotionally closed off, and sarcastic.
No, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm Abed. I never watch TV.
Not all relatable traits. Community could have easily made Jeff the Jim, surrounded by chaos, but instead they gave each character a little bit of chaos and a little bit of stability. And it seems to have been a pretty good idea. In conclusion, as masterfully phrased by this comment, Community was undeniably streets ahead. Chang my mind. Before I end the video, I just wanted to say thank you so much for getting me to 100 subscribers. I know in the grand scheme of things, 100 people is not a lot, but it's actually like twice the amount of people who went to my elementary school. Very cool that 2 small elementary schools worth of people like listening to me. And now, my normal thank you. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments your thoughts on how Community does relatability. Also, let me know if relatability no longer sounds like a word to you guys, because I think I might have said it one too many times.